high school. Would you bow your heads and pray with me, please? Dear God, thank you for this opportunity for me to share my faith with these awesome students and to talk to them about serving you. And I just ask that you open their hearts and minds to know your love and to love others in return. Amen. All right, so for as long as I can remember, people have been asking me what I want to be when I grow up, what I want to do with my life. When I was little, the occupation of my choice used to be something like a vet or an artist or a teacher because they all just seemed like fun. However, I am more unaware now of what I want to do with my life than I was when I was 7. All I know is that I want to spend my life serving. I have no doubt in the fact that I want to spend my life serving others and serving God. Jesus died on the cross for us. We all know that. He died a painful and humiliating death even though he did nothing wrong. He suffered more than I can imagine. And he did all of this just for you. He suffered so that you and I, sinful people, can live in heaven with him. Even after his death and resurrection, Jesus continued to serve by loving us endlessly and forgiving us under all circumstances. He set an example by washing the feet of his disciples, a dirty job that only lowly people were expected to do. He even washed the feet of the man that would betray him and lead him to his death. The service of Jesus is evidence of his abundant love for us. I'm going to share with you my song right now. It's called Everything by Lifehouse. And I chose this song because it puts into perspective what Christ did for us. And in the video, you'll just see it shows Christ's unending love for us and that nothing can separate us from him, and we should give our lives back to him. In John 13:34, Jesus gives us the responsibility to serve. He says, "Just as I have loved you, you also should love one another." Jesus' endless love for us is the only reason that I need to serve others. Opportunities to serve never fail to be present. The world is a broken place with many needs. I've witnessed this brokenness in so many situations. I've gone on 4 mission trips to our church, and each year I see a new kind of brokenness, specifically poverty. I've been to inner city Pennsylvania, the Pine Ridge Reservation of South Dakota, and our own city of Minneapolis. Each of these, I've met at least one young girl who reminds me why I want to serve. I've met these girls in homeless shelters and neighborhood parks. I don't know their stories, their families, their wealth, or their home situations. All I can see is that they need love. They outstretched their arms to be held. Some ran to me with joy on their faces. Others clung to me and wouldn't let me leave. God used me as his hands and feet to love these girls. Photos of them are now taped under my dresser where I see them every day. I see God in each of them and am reminded of God's call for us to serve. I've definitely doubted that I'm making a difference. I question if what I'm even doing is important. Other times I worry about the service opportunities that I get myself into. I feel like I'm not equipped, like I don't know what I'm doing, or there might be things that I'd rather be doing. Or sometimes I think I don't have the talent or charisma to do what I'm asked to do. For example, I volunteered at numerous homeless shelters, and often I just get told to go talk to these people. Well, I never know what to talk about. I feel like, what do I have in common with these people? But I've learned that Jesus doesn't call us because we are equipped. He equips those that he calls. He will give us everything we need to serve. He will use your gifts and talents to love and serve in whatever way is meant to be. And God is probably more interested in why you are serving than how well you serve. Just serve from your heart, willingly and eagerly out of love for Jesus. God will always equip you. He is giving us the power to change the world. Maybe you're not sure how to serve. It's easier than you think. You can go to Feed My Starving Children and feed kids in Africa, or fold clothes at the local prop shop for low-income families right in Eden Prairie. You can go make a shoebox for Operation Christmas Child for third world children, or just shovel your neighbor's driveway in the winter. Random acts of kindness and simple daily acts present themselves every day. You just have to keep your eyes open. For 3 years with my confirmation small group, Paul Carroll has drilled into our group's mind his now infamous expression: if you have the ability to do something, you have a responsibility to do something. I challenge you to step out of your comfort zones. Give up a little time and be a witness for Christ by serving and loving others. Keep your eyes open for opportunities to serve, and remember that God will equip you no matter what. Love in everything you do. It's the least we can do because of what Christ did for us. James chapter 2, verse 14 through 17 says, "Dear brothers and sisters, what's the use of saying you have faith if you don't prove it by your actions? That kind of faith can't save anyone. Suppose you see a brother or sister who needs food or clothing, and you say, 'Well, goodbye, and God bless you. Stay warm and eat well.' But then you don't give that person any food or clothing. What good does that do?" So you see, it isn't enough just to have faith. Faith that doesn't show itself by good deeds is no faith at all. It is dead and useless. Faith without action, without service, is useless. Be proactive, serving others, and shining God's light in everything you do. Then your faith will truly be worth something. Please pray with me. Dear God, I thank you for the amazing sacrifice that you made for us and for being a true model of love and service. I pray for these students to practice loving and serving others in their daily lives. I ask that you fill these students with your love and let their light shine to all people around them. In your name we pray.